What's up, y'all? It's your man Stokley here, and you're hanging out with grownfolksmusic.com.
grownfolksmusic.com.
Stokely, welcome to grownfolksmusic.com.
Thank you for having me.
It's wonderful to have you here. You have a new album,
Mm-hmm.
Sankofa. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yes, Sankofa, yes.
Tell us about the album and what the title means.
Uh, well, first of all, the title, Sankofa, it's a Ghanaian term, meaning literally go back and get it. And what that means for me is to remember what, where, who you came from. So the album of songs is comprised of vibrations like from the 70s, you'll feel that, the 80s, 90s, um, things that I grew up on, things that made me me, which helped shape my musical, artistic sensibilities, my world sensibilities for that matter, everything. And that's the basic feeling of it. It came from that, just, everything that I am, all of those influences, all those sounds, all those concepts, that kind of thing, the things that I miss, the things that I wanted to hear that I don't hear anymore that much in today's music. So all I did with this Sankofa project is create the things that I wanted to hear, and I asked some collaborators to come along with me, my band, and I did most of the production, and because I have to see it a certain way, but then added these different textures and layers with other people to help me get my vision out the right way. So yeah, that's the gist of it, Sankofa.
Speaking of collaborations and speaking of Ghana, you have an artist from Ghana collaborating on one of the tracks. Is that correct?
Yes, it's Kitty. So up and coming. He's been around for a while. He's a amazing young artist, great voice, and his presence, adds a lot for me. And I wanted to have that connection again. It's it speaks to where I'm trying to go back and have that connection to the continent, which I've never been. And unfortunately, hopefully, I've changed that with this project. And yeah, I mean, it's a great collaboration. It's a great addition, I think, and it speaks to where I'm at right now.
So you said you'd never been.
No.
In all of these years, you've never been.
Almost. Yeah, there's been things at festivals that have fallen through. I mean, I don't get too out of, crazy about anything if something doesn't happen. But when those didn't happen, I was pretty, it felt, that was a big one. Yeah.
Some of the other collaborations on the album, of course, Snoop Dogg. He's on
Right.
a couple of tracks. Talk
Right.
about how you got together with Snoop Dogg for the album.
Well, Snoop Dogg is one of these people that we all love, know and love, and we've been around for years, for years and years. Love his story, love his the way he has watered his craft, the way he's fertilized his surroundings, and he's still doing his thing. He's here forever. Snoop for president, as he can go on at this point. So this again, speaking of things, me creating songs and sounds, and sonically things that I did things that I wanted to hear. So Vibrant was one of those songs. I missed the 90s, that kind of vibrancy, that kind of dynamic energy, that's roller skating energy that I
Hmm.
missed. So I just created. The only person who I heard on there was Snoop. He fit that whole thing. When he came in the studio, he sat down. I was like, what we cooking up? What's going on? I played. He's like, oh, that's me all day. That's me. Let's go, cuz. So I mean, that was it. Just from day one, and just kind of mutual admiration society. I loved what he did all these years, and he loved what I've done with Mint all these years. And now with this new chapter in my life, the second solo effort. Yeah. So
How did the young artist of the Bonfire get involved?
I liked her voice, that kind of smoky sensuality that she has. A lot of these young singers, man, are just really. I was like, who's that singing? Like, I heard a couple songs tracks she did. I was like, man, it's killing. So I remembered her vibe and the way it made me feel when I heard her voice, her texture. I'm like,
Hmm.
for Cascade, this would be a really cool addition. So hit her up, management and everything, and she was down. We went and recorded the song. You know, it was COVID, so we're this kind of thing, and we just we had some technology where we could kind of real time the actual audio, and we piped it through a Zoom or something like that, and cut it. Asked what she wanted to do the video, hit it, and voila, off to y'all. And it's been having amazing success. So yeah, shout out to her, the Bonfire, amazing talent. Yeah.
Speaking of COVID, how did the pandemic, or how has the pandemic informed your creativity in this
Uh,
album?
well, it's informed my life, and of course, music is a part of that. But I think I'll just say life, just because, and it's all of us, just because we are all hunkered down in this moment in time, right? And it's different. We've never experienced this, and you can't help but to reflect because it's shut all of us down. It has slowed all of us down. We were all just too busy for our own self, just
Mhm.
busyness ourselves with busyness. Busy, 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 busy. Got to do this. I got to do this. Why do you have to do this? I got to make some money. Probably just hustling and gonna shut everything down. So you can't help but to reflect on not only what it is that you do, your skill set that you develop, whatever it is that you uh, offering to the world or to support your family, but your spirit and soul is being checked. To me, I think that is the biggest thing. So yeah, and everything from else, it just reverberates from there. Whether it be music, whether it be sports, entertainment, whether you're in law, whether you're in health industry, all these things, it makes you think and reflect about your life, who you are. Whether am I bound? All like, what am I doing? What's my purpose? You know what I mean? It's there's no doubt. So uh, having that sensibility and having that feeling definitely made me go deeper and broader into the music. So I've had more time to sit with it. I've had more time to detail it, put a couple more extra layers, extra layers on it, details and that kind of thing. So um, think about what I'm saying. Think about what I want to offer. Think about what I want people to walk away, how I want them to walk away from some of these songs. And I just want it to be a. I think it's a collection uh, of feelings, I guess, where it's, whether you want to turn up, you can turn up, or you want to be reflective, or you want to be, uh, just all these things in one. You want to be inspired, you know. I think it's got everything in there. It's a lot. There's a lot in there. So I hope that people will go away and listen to this, over and over. And each time they listen to it, they hear a different perspective, because that's why I'm creating. It's sonic art. When you look at an art, visual art piece, you look at something that's been in your house for years, and all of a sudden you'll be laying on the ground. You're like, huh,
Mm.
I never saw that before. That's a head. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. So whether you're in a car, you might listen to it. It might hit you differently, or in some earbuds kind of thing. So, um, yeah, that's how this time has inspired me, and moved me just like everybody else. So what it is that I do, which is music, and it's just informed me, and just to go deeper and broader, and just to take a breath and take your time. And it's okay that I don't have this out when somebody else, I think you should do this. Like, no, I've always been on my own soul clock. So it just affirmed everything and that I am, it worked. Horrible time. Yes,
Mm.
everything else. But, I always try to like flow with the light inside of me, because there's always going to be a hurricane in life. It's relentless. There's always something going on. There's always, it's positive and negative. There's both things. So um, I just took it as, look, this is what God has to offer us right now. First of all, I'm going to give thanks that I'm alive in this time. I don't care how bad it is.
Mhm.
And then after that, we all good. Let's go. You know.
Thank you for using the word perspective. Back in the day, Mint Condition was the first group signed to Perspective.
Mm,
And now Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis have relaunched, reinvented the
yes.
label, and you are signed to that,
Yeah.
not necessarily signed, but you're in partnership with
Yeah.
that label.
Yes.
Talk about the full circle relationship with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis and what it means to have them in your corner.
Well, it means everything. Me and my business partner, Al Matterson, created Blue Raft, our little boutique label, and teamed up with Flight Time Perspective, Jam and Lewis, as you say. And, they've been wanting to do this for a long time. And, it's like I said, all in God's time, all on my soul clock. I felt like it was time for me to launch a few years ago. Because I'm I was active before Mint, during Mint, and now since Mint isn't active, I'm same thing. And just I have more room to spread my wings in a way that I've always wanted to. But yeah, it's just an incredible moment right now. We're just having so much fun, in this crazy time that we have to sit down and reflect and really just kind of sharpen our knives a little bit together and figure out, what did we do yesterday, back in the day that we can use today, and some things that just are not in play, right now. So we're learning a lot of things, and I've, been doing this independent thing, starting with Mint, of course, for quite a few years, almost 2 decades now, just finding new distributors to get our music out there. And since joining up with Jam Lewis, because we were in the big system, back in the day. So there's a big difference there. But so we've all both been learning things, and I'm, them teaching me things, teaching them things as far as here's how I did my first project, and this worked really well. And when to continue some of those things, some things we let fall by the wayside if they're not going to work. So it's a great time. So we're just again learning and applying the things that work, and the things that don't, we just let that go. But it's a great moment. Yeah,
Something must be working right because People Bryson had a #1 song
that's
and
right.
you have a #1 song.
That's right.
So
Yeah,
something must be working right with the
yeah,
new plan over at Perspective.
absolutely.
Tell us, if you will, your best Prince story.
I don't know what. It's a little tidbit. We were in Mint. We're opening up in a place called Arras, France,
Mm.
and there's outside festival, and he had a concept of. He said, "Look, I want to have a concept of concert with where the music never stops, and I want to have you guys over there, and I have all these different artists in mind. So, but how I want it to go is like, say, for instance, like you guys will come on, and then as you're going off, Larry Graham comes on while you guys are going off. So the music never stops, right? And then when Larry Graham goes off, I come on, and that's pretty much what happens. It's pretty amazing because it's hard to do that because we all
Mhm.
have 3 different setups. So obviously we had to integrate systems technically to make that happen. And so we do our set. We do our set, and on Nothing Left to Say, one of the great Mint song, I do this little cadenza thing where it's me and Lawrence, keyboard player, masterful keyboard player. Um, and it's just vocals and keyboards, and I'm just doing all this riffing and kind of thing. So, and we end the show, and it's just fabulous, and the crowd loves it, that kind of thing. We're on a high, and I come backstage, and he's like, "Yeah, Prince is back here, whatever." And I see him, so Prince, Larry Graham's wife, and somebody else, and he says, "Man, you have fun? Look like you're having fun." I was like, "Yeah." He said, "Did you leave any notes for the rest of us?" I'm like, because I was ripping. I was like, "What?" Like, man, I don't even know what you did, man. But wow, I was like, "Oh, thanks, man." So that's just that. Did you leave any notes for the rest of us? But yeah, I'll miss him so much. Just his. Anybody who knows him has had a chance to speak with him. He's got a lot of depth to him. So I'll miss those late night conversations out at Paisley, and um, just talking about life, sharing his experiences, and it's just there'll be nobody like him. He's one of the coolest geniuses to ever do it. You know,
Indeed. What is your definition of grown folks music?
do I have a definition of grown folks music? What makes it? Because I thought about this before. This like what makes it grown? Um, and I started to think about is it the lyrics, or I think probably if I had to say anything, it's probably depth, experience, wisdom, in the lyricism, in the witticisms, in the musicality, I should say, all of that. I think those are the things that really make it grown. grown folks, because I think if you think about a baby being born, right, it's very simple. It's a simple connection. We all come into the world talking about me, feed me, clothe me, change me. And we pretty much carry that thing until somebody tells us, no, you got to start thinking about others, somebody other than yourself, that kind of thing. So the music is kind of like that, one dimensional when you're younger, one subject, one sound, until you start expanding, you start saying, oh, there's another genre. Let me mix this. Oh, you travel a little bit. You read some books a little bit. That's called socializing yourself. So you grow up, you know what I mean? So you start to gather more information, and then you start to integrate that into your music, into your creative process. So I think, I think the depth and the wisdom and the experience of life, with that, you're able to make grown folks music.
This is the part of the interview when you get to shout it out. And what that means is just tell us all things Stokely. We'll be able to get the new album coming up soon, where we can see videos, where we can follow you on social media if you're on social media, your website, things of that nature, all things Stokely.
All things Stokley, yes. Website iStokley, it's istokley.com, being revamped. So check that out. I'll definitely have some swag coming up for everything Stokley, Sankofa, whatever else, that I can think in my crazy brain to put out there for you all to hold on to, and carry that spirit around with you. Hats, t-shirts, hoodies, anything, keychains, anything I put my logo on that can I can connect with y'all and stay with me, and me with you. I do this. I call it it's sonic therapy. On the weekends, Fridays or / Saturday night, starting at like 12:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, all the way to, I don't know, 6:30. I do it on Twitch, and it's under the name Sonic Healer. And what it is I just play music, and it started from an interview, and on IG, and IG started messing up, and I said, switch to my IG, and later on I moved to Twitch. Anyway, I just pretty much play all the music on Fridays is kind of what I do, and discover new talent, new sounds, new inspiration. And I invited friends, people who love, what it is that I do, and they just come and fellowship, and we talk smack. And I'm like, some people are up dancing, we turn up, we turn down. Some people are going to work, some people coming from work, some people are driving. Some people taking bubble bath, kicking back, whatever. Some people maybe, I said, you can fall asleep. You don't have to watch me. So, I'm telling stories, and, I'll play not only a lot of other people's stuff, but a lot of mint, a lot of my own stuff, a lot of unreleased stuff, that I've done, a lot of collaborations that I've done that people didn't really know. So, we just have a good time, and we can call it sonic therapy just because of everything that's going on. People really needed it, and it's been about a year now since we've been doing it, and it's just a really nice, great place to come and here and chill out and just have fun. We miss that, so this is replacing the shows and that kind of thing, and we do it for pretty much a work day, 6 hours, something like that. That's fun. Go check out if you want to do that. Go check out this some snacks called Symphony Chips. SymphonyChips.com, amazing flavors. I'm not even, if you're a chip head, I haven't been, but they changed my mind. It's just all natural, gluten-free, and they have like 3 different flavors. It's a company out of Atlanta, family-owned, Black-owned business. And Symphony Chips, they have smoke flavor and original flavor, and a new balsamic, if you like things that are just flavorful stuff. So this is just something I'm aligned with, that I really believe in, and it's really, really cool. So SymphonyChips.com, go check that out. The album Sankofa coming real soon, as you know. If you want to find out where I'm at, what I'm doing, Stokley Official, that's Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and we're just gonna keep it moving, and just rising together, inside of this thing we got going on in life, this movie that we're all living. Yeah.
Stokely, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. Best of everything with the new album. We enjoyed it over here, and we look forward to whenever you can come out and perform it.
Yeah. Where are you located?
We are in Atlanta.
Oh, you're in Atlanta. Okay. Absolutely. Of course. Miss Atlanta for sure.
So until then, take care.
You too.
All
All right.
right.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
grownfolksmusic.com